here with Tony, the vocalist and guitarist from Sleeper Agent. You are on your tour with Magic Man and New Politics. How's the tour been thus far?
It's been great. It's been crazy every night, like just way too many shows back to back. So it's been like an endurance run, but we're making it through and having a blast doing it.
As a band who has toured in both small venues and clubs like this tour, as well as being a part of large festivals such as Coachella, which do you prefer to perform for?
I think I prefer like the club atmosphere. Like it's a little more my style. I know where things are, and I know that next door there's probably this amazing place to eat, and there's probably a shitty bar inside that I can go get a drink at afterwards. And like the festivals are just a little overwhelming, but I do like them.
When I heard about Sleeper Agent, Cage the Elephant, and Schools, I noticed you all came from a city called Bowling Green, Kentucky, which I wasn't quite familiar with. Do you think there's something special or unique about Bowling Green that promotes or encourages creating rock music?
Something special. It's very small, and so you kind of options are get a job, or go to this bar, or this bar, or sit around doing nothing, or create a band. And so I think that's probably just the lack of activity is what inspires so many bands to just go for it.
All right, great. Your third LP release, About Last Night, will be released next month on March 25th. Did you run into any difficulties or pressure while writing material for this album?
Well, we wrote and demoed about 40 songs, and we had a huge team shift midway through the process. So everything got pushed back. Had to meet all new people and get them excited about the band. And so that was our only real setback. But everybody loved the music that we were doing the whole time. It was just about getting in the right hands and the right person to hear it to like finally let it come out.
All right. You guys have previously mentioned influences such as the Beatles, Beach Boys, Pixies, and much more. Were there any artists you were specifically listening to while writing and recording for the upcoming album?
Yeah, when we first got done with our first tour, not with the first tour, our first album cycle, I would jog to Animal Collective a lot, and I was really interested in like all the ways that they shaped synth sounds and they shaped melodies and close harmonies, and so I took a lot of that into About Last Night.
Okay. And you also released a lyric video for Waves, which will be on About Last Night. Is that similar to the other music that will be released on this upcoming album?
Yes and no. There are a couple of folkier songs like Waves, but there are also some really heavy alternative rock songs. There's some really overblown pop songs. It's like it's very hard for us to stand in one place for very long. So there's a little bit something for everybody on there. Yeah.
All right. As a band who is beginning to reach radio airplay and mainstream success, what is your opinion on the current state of rock music?
Rock and roll is like almost non-existent in the mainstream idea of it. You have those few bands like Imagine Dragons and Foster the People, and bands that just kind of like come out of nowhere and they blow up. And I would prefer to see not just like one band every year have this great year. It'd be awesome if there's like 5 bands a year that have great years, but it's just a real big crapshoot. And like hip hop dominates, and country dominates, and nothing against those genres, but I just happen to be the one that doesn't dominate. So.
All right. It was also recently announced that you are scheduled to perform in the Firefly Music Festival in Delaware in June. Are there any festivals or countries you would like to perform in the future?
Oh yeah, I mean, I hope to hit just about every country on the face of this earth. Festivals, we haven't done the Lollapalooza or the Bonnaroo yet, and Lollapalooza was the first time I ever pretty much left Kentucky and saw a bigger city like Chicago, and so that would be really great to go play that, to have it all come full circle.
And are there any other bands you'd like to tour with? Any bands on your bucket list you'd like to meet?
I mean, yeah, of course. I would love to tour with Pixies. That would be amazing, with or without Kim Deal. But I'd say that really that's probably the number one And then everything else is just a lot of bands we've met along the way that would love to bring on the road with us.
Okay. And you and Alex share vocal duties in your songs. Do both of you guys write lyrics, or what is the exact writing process for these songs?
Well, I write the majority of the lyrics. Sometimes the other guys will pitch a line, and Alex will pitch a line sometimes. But it's all this, more so this filtering process where I'll come up with an entire concept and theme and idea, and then I'll pitch it to her, and you can tell by her face if she likes it or not. So I'll just go back to the drawing board if she just kind of says, no, I'm not saying that. So she's kind of like my litmus test.
All right. Well, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you.
I'll look forward to the show tonight.
All right.